Hello there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen. I am here today to share some cards from my WOW class that we had the end of the month. And this is one that absolutely is one of my favorites. It is not really crazy difficult to make, but it always pops a little bit of a wow. So this card is a case from Pinterest. This is not my original idea. And it is a little shadow box card. So when you open it up, it actually stands up to a little shadow box inside there, so you could put that on your desk and see your little wish for rest and relax. You deserve it every single day. So let me show you how to create that. We are going to be using the Timeless Tropical Suite. This is from our January through June, or as we like to call it, the JJ mini catalog. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored tool and my cardstock. So I have got a piece here that is 4 1/4 by 6, and I am going to score each end at 1/2 inch. So I've got the 6 inch at the top, and I'm scoring each end at half. Then while I have it, I'm going to bring in my 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to score this one at 1/2 inch, 5 1/2, and 6. And that's all we need for scoring. So let me get this guy out of the way. He takes up a lot of room. Okay, so now on this panel, this one's actually going to be our card. We're going to pull in this piece here, and this is actually the one that's going to pop out. And I took our stitched rectangle dies, and I went ahead and I'm going to cut out a rectangle that is my little window. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Magic of TV. You don't need to watch me do the die cutting. So we've got that, and now what we're going to do is we want to crease our folds so we're ready to assemble when the time comes. I love using a bone folder for this. It makes those folds nice and crisp, and that just helps the card go together. You're kind of burnishing the breaks in the cardstock actually is what's happening. Okay, so now we've got our card parts. So let's go ahead and we're going to put in a piece of, I've got dog hair on my paper. Imagine dog hair. Piece of designer series paper. And this is from the Tropical Suite as well. This paper is just gorgeous. I love it. And we are going on a trip to Hawaii this summer with Stampin' Up. So I have a feeling I will perhaps be doing some scrapbook pages with this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put that designer series paper right in here. Now I'm making sure that I'm doing it on the side that's got the flap, because this is how we're going to attach our little box there. Okay, now you do see I did offset this a little bit. It's not exactly square. Same with the DSP. I have it shifted up just a little bit to the top. I wanted a little bit of more of a ledge down here, so to speak, so that I can put my palm trees in there. So we've got that piece. Now I'm going to pull in a piece of Whisper White. We're going to do a little bit of stamping here. So I'm going to take some Grapefruit Grove. And I had been stamping before, so my stamps are not clean, which that's not good. I like to start with clean stamps. So we'll just use use my finger for that. So I'm just going to do a little flower down here in the corner. And then I'm going to pull in some Old Olive and do a leaf. I'm going to need that, so we'll keep it open. So we've got our little leaf here, and I'm just doing this down in the corner just for a little extra. This is where you would sign your card. So you can put your wishes to your friend on this panel here, and that goes on this side. Okay, so of course there goes my nose. She's running. Now this piece is the square or the rectangle that came out of here. I went ahead and took that piece. We're going to keep using it. There's no waste here. Ran it through the embossing machine with the Coastal Weave embossing folder. This is a great little folder. I'm loving this one. Of course, it's still in the entire suite here all coordinates together, and it just puts a nice little weave texture. So I'm going to attach that to a piece of early espresso. Now I do like to use a good bit of adhesive on my embossed pieces because it's kind of woven, and so it doesn't like to attach with just a little bit of adhesive. I use a good bit there. So we've got that. Now that can go on the front of our card. I want to make sure I'm not using a ton of adhesive, but I want to use enough that this doesn't fall apart when my friend gets it. So we've got that on the front, so it's coming along, right? It's looking beautiful. So what we're going to do now is attach this inside, and I'm going to do that with a little bit of our Terran tape. So I'm just going to run a strip. This one has some cardstock stuck on it. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to run a strip down the inside of this piece. Okay, so that will be the inside here, and then I'm going to do the outside. So I've got one inside, one outside. So sorry my nose runs when I start these videos, you guys. I don't know if it annoys you as much as it annoys me. But allergy time, she's a flaring. Okay. So now I just need to meet these two together. And what I can do now is bring this and lay that flat. Peel this piece off. And then I just need to bring my card over and close it. And you can see that this actually is going to fold flat to go in a regular envelope, which is fantastic. You can go ahead and mail it as normal. And then when they open it up, it stands up and has a little pop-up greeting. So that's the gist of the card bases. Now let's go ahead and finish off with our decoration. So I'm going to pull in some early espresso here. Oh, now I've got a frog in my throat. And I'm just going to stamp. These sentiments come in this stamp set as well, so I love that. So I'm going to do rest and relax, and then I'm going to say, may your birthday be memorable. These are done with the stitched shape dies, and we're going to attach that to a piece of Grapefruit Grove, and I cut those out ahead of time using our layering ovals dies. I think I'm rocking the boat, sorry about that. All right, and then of course we're going to add a little dimension to the back of these when we put them on our card. I find your dimensionals first. Sometimes that's the challenge. Okay, got a couple dimensionals on here. And then we just throw them on the floor. That's what vacuum cleaners or cat feet are for. All right, so this is going to come here in the corner. Then this one will go on the inside, and it's going to go through my window. All right, now let's see what else. We need to do some stamping. So I've just got some scrap paper here, and I'm going to do 2 leaves in Old Olive. And we also need a palm tree. That one got a little bit smeared, but I think it's going to be okay because I'm going to die cut it out. I must have stuck my finger in that. So I'm going to pull in my palm tree, and I'm not wasting my time with markers. I'm just inking it up, and I kind of am using the corner of the ink pad and getting the leaves of the palm tree. Then I'll pull in the early espresso and do the same thing. So I've got using my corner, and I'm just kind of going up in there. I'll huff a little just to make sure my ink didn't dry too much. There we go. Oh, I missed a little spot there, but that's no big deal. I can do that. Do that again another time. Let me close these though. I'll fix him up post-production. Let's do our flowers. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you. I took Grapefruit Grove, and then I have some lovely lipstick here, and I'm going to ink my flower up in the grapefruit. And while I still have it inked, I'm just going to take a dauber, pick up a little bit of the lovely lipstick, and just daub a couple places. So now my flower almost looks like it's got some orangey and some pink on there. And every one of them will look different depending on how much pink you put on. It's just random. So there's really no perfect way to do that. But I just like that it came out with a little bit of pink in there, a little bit of color. Okay, so there you can see those guys. I'm not sure, can you see how they kind of have some orange and pink on there? Love that idea. So now, all right, I'm going to take a minute and share this with you. We were talking about this last night. I was stamping with my upline Cindy, and we were talking about how sometimes these ink pads, like, we wish there was just a little bit more of a lip there to get your finger, and sometimes we're getting, like, see there, we get ink on our thumbs. She was saying she's really gotten into the habit of pushing from the back. There you go, and then you don't have to worry so much about it. So I'm going to show you that one more time. When you flip it open and lock it, get into the habit, and she actually does it with her finger. So she pushes with her finger and then is ready to pull. I tend to do it with my thumb. So just give that a little push, and that kind of unlocks it there, and then you have much more room to grab it. So just a little something I'd share with you in case that helps you with your stamping. So now all these pieces here, excuse my arm, are going to get die cut out. And this is the set of dies that comes with the suite. So we've got one to match the flower, we've got one to match the leaf, and of course there's our tree. But by the magic of television, I did it ahead of time. So we've got all of our pieces here for us. I've got a mess, people. I've got a complete mess. So now, let's see, how do I want to proceed from here? I'm going to tape with my snail. Now let's use dimensionals for everybody. Oh, there goes my nose. Hi, I have a sneeze coming even. All right, so I'm going to put that there, and then I'm just going to start putting in some of these flowers. And they're random. It doesn't really matter how it goes on there, just so they stick. So we've got 3 cute little flowers on there, and then we've got our one leaf. Okay, so there's your front. Then on the inside, oh, these are staticky. I'm going to take a little bit of adhesive right here on the bottom of my palm tree, and then one little bit on this leaf, or that frond right there, because it's going to stick kind of over here in the corner so it doesn't overshadow my my sentiment. Okay, so there you go. Now our final step to finish it is we always want to have some bling. So I'm going to pull in my Take Your Pick tool. Many of you were messaging me about my case that I have. This is made by my wonderful friend Tamara Davis. She has an Etsy store. Ta-da! And I think I have a link for her. But yeah, this is great because the little box it comes in is just falling apart. So I love that one that she made. So I'm just going to add my pearls here in the center. And I have been using this Take Your Pick tool all the time. It's kind of sat on my desk and I didn't really pull it out, but oh my goodness, I have it out for almost everything. So there you go, guys. I have a little adhesive stuck over there. A nice little pop-up shadow box card for somebody special. So there you go. Thanks so much for joining me. You guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week for Movie Monday.